This pillow tutorial will teach you how to use leftover scraps of fabric to make your own unique pillow creation. The only pattern that you need for this is basically a 7-inch square, well, plus seam allowance, so an 8-inch square. But if you want to download the square instead of making it yourself, you can check out the link in the description below. I have made it available to download for free, no email address required. To start with, you want to arrange your fabric scraps. Collect any scraps that you have from your recent sewing projects and start playing around with them. Lay them out in a design that's aesthetically pleasing to you. The overall shape of the scrap layout doesn't really matter right now. You just have to make sure that it's big enough that your pillow pattern will fit on top of it. Once you're satisfied with the scrap layout, make sure to cut straight edges between all of your fabric pieces so that they can be sewn together more easily. When you're cutting these straight lines, make sure to keep in mind that there is going to be some overlap because you need to account for seam allowance. Start sewing your fabric scraps together one by one. I will usually start with smaller center pieces and then add any larger outer pieces afterwards. And of course, make sure to press all your seams as you go. Next, you want to place your square pattern piece on top of your scrap layout and cut out the square. And then you want to repeat the same process for the other half of the pillow. As a note, I'm creating a separate tutorial for the other half that uses a different method for using leftover scraps. So I will be posting that tutorial next week. With right sides together, you want to sew both faces of the pillow together. Be sure to leave a small gap in one side of the pillow. Clip your corners and turn your pillow to the right side. And of course, be sure to press everything. Now you want to stuff the pillow. You can use whatever you want to stuff your pillow. I like to use leftover fabric scraps that are just too small to use for anything else. But this does tend to make the final pillow a little bit more lumpy than it would be otherwise. So if you don't like that, you can use polyfill or whatever other type of pillow stuffing material you prefer. The last step is to just sew up that gap. And there you have it. You have your finished pillow that you made using fabric scraps.